Of carjackings, and we've learned that one victim received photos that a suspect took of himself with her stolen cell phone. Channel 2's Amy Napier-Vateri now live in Midtown Atlanta with how those photos helped with this investigation. Amy?
Justin, we first talked with Tiffany Way last month after she said not one but two men held her up at gunpoint and stole her car here on 11th Street, less than a block away from busy Crescent Avenue. Atlanta police have made several arrests in connection with that and other carjackings, but Way says how the men used her stolen cell phone helped lead to at least one arrest.
I don't think I'll feel relief until I feel safe again. You know, like I don't feel safe just yet.
Tiffany Way tells me she's still coming to terms with having two guns pointed at her head when two men carjacked her in Midtown Atlanta last month. Police arrested Ladarious Gibbs and C.Turner for stealing Way's car, purse, and cell phone. She says that phone played a key part in the investigation.
I was like, oh my God, these people are taking pictures of themselves in my phone.
She emailed us these pictures of Gibbs smiling and posing and also sent them to police. She says he took them with her stolen cell phone, not knowing they would be saved to her account.
They're straight smiling. My life is ruined for a second and you're smiling.
Police say Gibbs and Turner crashed Way's car on the downtown connector and then carjacked another couple who stopped to help. The next day, Gwinnett police got this video from a Walmart parking lot, which they believe shows Turner and Gibbs carjacking a man and shooting another in the leg as he walked by.
I do want them to pay for shooting a guy. I do want them to pay for tearing my life apart.
Friday, Atlanta police announced the arrest of 4 other suspected carjackers: Brandon Washington, Andre Clark, Ronald Washington, and Raphael Banks. We were there as police walked Ronald Washington in handcuffs to the van which took him to jail.
It's way bigger than I think than what we both thought in the first initial robbing.
Atlanta Police Lieutenant Paul Garucci says they are investigating whether these men are connected to other violent crimes, including possibly homicides. He also says this carjacking investigation is ongoing, and he expects more arrests. We're live in Midtown Atlanta. Amy Napier-Vateri, Channel 2 Action News, Night Beat.
Thank you to all the subscribers. Please like and subscribe now. Let's get into it. 7 members of the Bandits gang were sentenced to federal prison terms, including the leaders of the gang, Ladarious Gibbs and C.Turner, between December 29th, 2012 and January 18th, 2013. The defendants committed at least 7 carjackings in Fulton, Gwinnett, Cobb, and DeKalb counties. During several of the robberies, the defendants pointed guns at the victims and threatened to kill them. The defendants then robbed victims of their cars, personal belongings, cash, and cellular telephones. One of the victims was a pregnant woman who suffered preterm labor as a result of her carjacking and had to be hospitalized. One of the defendants was apprehended following a 100-mile-per-hour chase through downtown Atlanta that endangered dozens of innocent people. A young woman who was 8 months pregnant ended up going into preterm labor and had to be hospitalized. In another case, shortly after one carjacking incident, the criminals raced onto a nearby interstate and crashed the stolen vehicle into a median. But when a couple of good Samaritans stopped to help, they themselves were carjacked. And during another carjacking that took place in front of a department store, a passerby, who happened to be a store employee, was shot in the leg and suffered serious, long-term medical issues. Some of the suspects also bragged about their exploits in a video posted on a social media website, and one individual took a picture of himself with a victim's cell phone. Unbeknownst to him, the photos were saved to the victim's cloud computing account. The men received the following sentences. Ladarious Gibbs, also known as Lil D, 24, of Atlanta, Georgia, was sentenced to 30 years in prison, to be followed by 5 years of supervised release. He was ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $29,080.68. C.Turner, also known as Snoop, 22, of Atlanta, Georgia, was sentenced to 27 years in prison, to be followed by 5 years of supervised release. He was ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $29,080.68. Andre Clark, also known as Yammy, 23, of Atlanta, Georgia, was sentenced to 10 years and 1 month in prison, to be followed by 5 years of supervised release. He was ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $1,428. Brandon Washington, also known as Lil B, 21, of Atlanta, Georgia, was sentenced to 9 years and 9 months in prison, to be followed by 5 years of supervised release. Raphael Banks, 26, of Atlanta, Georgia, was sentenced to 4 years and 9 months in prison, to be followed by 3 years of supervised release. He was ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $500. Although there are convictions in this matter, I must stress that an indictment is not evidence of guilt. Charges are only allegations, and each defendant is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Blessings.